Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're going to look at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the IYT, and the USO. And what a day on Wall Street. If you are watching my videos and you are listening to my trades, I hope the dear Lord that you went short here, because this was just epic. As the thing was going up, we were writing calls. As this was hanging out here, it was tough. It was tough to be patient on these to buy some puts, but we did. We normally don't buy puts. We usually write calls or write puts and just play the premium. But this time I said, you know what? I got to dip my toes in a couple of these and just take them out maybe a day or two and just get them. And what epic returns on our positions. I don't normally put the puts out there or the writing the calls because they're dangerous plays and you really have to know what you're doing and you really have to stay on top of them. But let me tell you, they all came in today, at least for me. It was just epic. I mean, we wrote calls on Facebook, Google, Amazon. Netflix I didn't because we really didn't have a push up other than the other day, but we did short it, we did cover it, and wow, what a day. Even Chipotle, we wrote calls on that one. We wrote calls on Granger like 5 days ago when it was pushing up. Just high flyers like that. The IBB, we wrote calls on that. And then we played puts too as well on a bunch of these as well. Just nothing huge, a couple $1,000s in each position, nothing nuts. I never, ever load the boat. But let me tell you, on the IWM today, that was up over 700%. You have a $1,000 position. I mean, come on. I'll take that all day long. Anyways, this video is going to be short. I got to get my kids in the next half hour. So I'm going to make some more videos over the weekend with the FANG and all that stuff. And if you watch my videos, go back. I was talking all this stuff, you know, gap up, gap up. Let's see if we continue sideways. If we don't, we're looking to get below this. And I never thought we'd get below the 214.40. And they just put the sell on after, you know, right after this. And they just set everybody up perfectly. Came down, bounced up, inside bar, came right back in. Look, two inside bars, inside bar, bearish consolidation, then they just slapped everybody. And you know everyone's coming in buying the dip. And I always tell everyone, one day it's not going to work. And when it doesn't, you're going to load the boat down here going, all right, let's go. And every day it's been doing it because, you know, they've been conditioning everybody. And look at that. They dumped it out at the end. Somebody wanted out. So instead of one person distributing today, it was about 5. And when there's 5 at 220 million on a day, old grandma, there's no way in hell she's holding this thing up. And at the end of the day, we finally had confirmation on a downtrend. So Monday and next week, interesting. I don't even know what it's going to bring. But you know what? I'm heavy short, and so far it's paying off. On my Twitter page, I was covering shorts today, if not taking half off, just closing some positions out. For me, I just take trades. I make my 5 to 10% and get the hell out. Puts and calls, different. Those are usually my trades. I don't give too many of those out. Like I said, they're a little bit dangerous. A lot of people don't understand them, so I just like to trade them myself. But the share sizes, you know, if you want to take a couple hundred shares in the SPY, today it was down $5. That's a $1,500 day. Who wouldn't take that? But anyways, guys, I'm a little bit hyped up today, trying to slow down. Weekly, I'm going to make videos later. I got about 2-3 minutes, but weekly, look at that sell. Monthly doesn't look that ugly, but you know, we're looking at getting below these trend lines and possibly going lower. Let's go to the IWM real quick. IWM right into that area. We've been talking about this. The 123.43 to the 125. Boom, right into that. And what happened? Right back. Look at that. We wiped out 1, 2, 3, 3, almost 4 weeks of gains in one day. But this still has a pretty good chance of hanging up there. And right here we're into the 50 MA on the IWM. So we do have support here. My thoughts, they'll probably gap it down on Monday and they'll just keep this thing ripping. But we'll see. 200 million. We start seeing 300, 400 million. You know they're putting a bottom in here and expect to bounce. We'll be watching for that as well. Qs, same crap. Just dumping. But the leader was the IWM. Remember, that was lagging the whole time. Now this one should start leading the way down. This is the Qs. But the Qs are into some support too. 50 MA, you had a little bit of a pivot. That's why this thing held there. Look at that, 114.23. The low of the day was 114.26. Janet and her technicians who work for her, they knew they had to save it right. They had to keep it above here. I'm surprised they didn't pop it above the 50 MA. But again, bearish consolidation, and they dumped it in everyone's face. Everyone thought this thing was going up, and look at that, 3 bars of selling and some pretty good volume. So we'll see if we have exhaustion volume on these charts, possibly Monday, maybe a pause day, but we keep an eye on these markets. It could get really ugly really fast. The DIA, like I said, I'm going to go through these charts a little bit more. I'm just looking at them quickly. We have the 382 around the 180.56. We do have some support in this area, so these things can actually bounce. Yeah, the 20 MA, 160. We have these pivot top where it broke out. So we do have support, but when I'm telling you, when a bullish pattern up here on every one of these charts, they start to fail, you better step aside. This one's coming in real nice too. The one I really want to talk about is the IYT. This was the lagging indicator. Remember this? And remember the daily. We were going up into this area, and I was telling you, if you're not short here, this is your first area to start shorting, or you want to take it and use the 150 area for the stop out. Never made it. Well, we'll see. We'll see if this thing retraces up. If it gets back and fills the gap, you got to short this thing full on. Weekly chart. This is the one we were talking about. This is a nice bullish pattern. Not the best, not the worst. We did break down here. I would like this thing to stay above here. But look at this. They got it above it. Fake breakout. Right below it. Smashed it. Reversed this. Almost a full engulfing reversal candle here. If you're bearish, you're looking at regaining these or getting below these moving averages, and this thing's cracking. I think we're going to the 133 area. Again, bullish. It needs to get above this on a closing basis on the weekly chart. We are following a lot of these on the weekly charts because these little head fakes up and down just don't tell the truth. A week later, look, because if you were stopping out on this on a daily basis, yesterday you would have been like, oh man, this thing's breaking out. Oh my gosh, you got to get in, got to get in. It's like, nah, you got to wait for the weekly. I want to see it close on the weekly, then some conviction volume, and to see if this thing pushes up into the 150 area. Never did. This pattern breaks down, we are going downtown. And again, above the, remember we talked about getting above the 20. Let's see if we are. It's still a monthly close. We still have plenty of time. But if this one starts to dribble, 132, 133, here we come. USO. Sorry I'm going through this so quick. Like I said, I got to leave in a couple minutes. Again, same crap. And this was epic. So some news comes out, talking heads, you know, they're capping production, blah, 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 thing pops up. We covered our USO position down here, half of it. We added more again around the $11 area. But as this thing was going up, we were adding to the SCO long. That is a long play when the oil bombs. So we're loading up. Everyone's making fun. You know, stock rookie, you're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. I always get that shit, and then they, excuse the language, and then they block me as soon as stuff comes in. This was great. So look at this. We took the SCO. I sold it, so I don't know what the average position in, but I believe we were starting to add at like 83.90, and then we added at 82.15. So we're adding right here because I was playing this bottom tail here intraday. And then when it broke down, we started adding around the 83 area too. Boom, epic move. Fortunately, we sold right out of the gate, right around 86.50, I think it was. But still, a couple dollars on the stock, you know, made really good money on this one, pulled back. I wish I would have sold half though, but at this point, markets have a tendency, you know, I'm not conditioned, but a little bit where it's like, you know what, take the profit, idiot. Why are you waiting for this thing to go? You got almost a $2, $3 move on this stock. Goodbye. You know, and then we were adding, and then added. So we had a pretty good position on this one. Gone. See you later. Thank you very much. But again, let's go to the USO. And the only reason we were shorting it, again, it wasn't because of the talking heads were saying, right back into this key area of resistance. Starts hitting here, coming in this inside bar, you got to do it. And then you had this bar break down, you had this resistance on here. You got to do it, guys. I know it's scary sometimes, and you're going against the grain, and everyone else is bullish, but you know what? No, I don't believe it. But wow. All right, guys, I'm going to make some videos over the weekend or possibly tonight. I'm going to enjoy some time with my family. I coach a couple volleyball team and a couple of other things this season, so it's all about family, guys. It's all about the charts. I hope I'm teaching some people here and showing them that this isn't that difficult. You just have to think and look outside the box, turn off the news, watch the charts, and once you learn how to read these things, I mean, I'm not going to have winners all the time. I do have losers, but let me tell you, on a sell-off like this, when everybody here is sitting here loading, being a bull and loading, taking margin, taking loading, and I'm going, nah, you know what, I'm going to keep adding shorts up here. I'm going to add. You get one day that wipes out 2 months of gains. This is what we live for, guys. All right, man. What a day. Thanks for watching my videos. God bless. See you on the charts.